guys, and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are going to be doing something very exciting that I've been wanting to share with you guys for a long time now. And I'm so excited that I'm finally filming this. And I was so excited about doing this room. This was like my most exciting room of the house for me recently. I've just been really obsessed with it, and so I'm so excited to finally share this with you guys. We are going to be doing my living room makeover. So if you guys like this video, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. I know this is probably one of my most exciting videos for me to make, so I would really appreciate the support, and let's go ahead and get started. I'm Sabra, cleaner, organizer, and interior decorator. Ever since I was little, I had a passion for making things clean, pretty, and simple. I want to help you no longer feel embarrassed or ashamed, but rather love and know your home. I want to help by motivating you, encouraging you, and sharing tips and tricks to create the home of your dreams. Okay, you guys, so the first thing I want to mention is I have already completely finished this room, but I wanted to actually film this for you guys, and I didn't want it to be like super, split up and kind of all over the place, so I wanted to film it all today, but I do have a few pieces in here that I already have put in that are new, so I will show those to you guys, but I will also show you some of the process of building some of the things because I did do some DIYs. And I will try to obviously link as much as I can down below as well, so that way you guys can get any of these pieces that you may really like and want in your own space. But let me just go ahead and show you guys where we're at right now. Okay, so if you guys look real quick, we have this rug down right here, and I did film what that looks like without that, but anyways, I went ahead and did a layered effect with the rugs. Obviously we have the fireplace and everything. I do already have some screws in because I do have some pictures that I'm planning on putting on either side of the fireplace, but right now we just have a very basic living room. I'm sure you guys can kind of remember it, but this is what we have. So obviously couch and pillows, which I got the couch from Article. I got the blankets and pillows from HomeGoods and Target. I got the little cat chair over there. I got that from HomeGoods. They do actually use that, which is adorable. And then, obviously I have the coffee table decorations. And then I have, these two chairs, which are also from Article, pillows, blankets. This, situation which we obviously built the fireplace, which I will put some pictures up on this side of the screen so you guys can see kind of where how the process went with that. But I'm absolutely obsessed with how it turned out. You can change the fireplace. Obviously it's electrical, but we didn't have the option to do gas or anything, so I just left it obviously as electrical, and I really love it. You can change the style, so you can put like wood in there instead of the little glass like beads and stuff, and then you can also change the colors of the fire, and obviously it still blows out heat and everything. And then what else I wanted to show you was this. So I will show you guys the video clips right after this is done of us actually building it. We built it from scratch. So, and obviously it's not perfect, but that is something I actually really love about it, because, it kind of shows, that you guys built it and put in your own effort, and it looks more like handmade like that. So I am obsessed with this. I actually found a picture on Pinterest that I was kind of inspired by, and I wanted to make it, the right length and everything that I wanted to fit this space perfectly. So that's what we went ahead and did. And it was so hard to find, something I really wanted in this space. So it's also easier to just build something if you know what you're doing, and it's cheaper. So I'm absolutely love how that turned out. I'm, like I said, absolutely in love with it, and I think it will fill that space out perfectly. I will still decorate the top with you, but I wanted to just, show you guys kind of what the space is looking like before. Very simple, but still very pretty. But of course, me being a designer, I wanted to add some things. So obviously I've added the rug and the console table so far, but let me show you how we built the console table. All right, you guys, so I wanted to show you the rug right here. I will recommend whenever you're putting down a rug, put Don't mind all of the random crap on my floor, I'm so sorry, but put tape where you want the corner to go, so that way you can line it up on the corners, and so you know exactly, you know, where you want it. It helps me a lot, and then you can just peel up the tape once you have everything down, but that way if the rug moves, you know, and you know, then I can put this rug on there. But I wanted to go ahead, show you guys what it looks like with just like this rug. It's nice and big and beautiful. I did get this rug off of Amazon. I'll link it down below if I can remember, but yeah, I wanted to show you guys just this rug. All right, so there you go. You can kind of see the stacked moment with the rugs. I really love how this looks because it adds, you know, a lot more like texture, and I love the layering effect. It kind of helps, you know, to draw in more of the layering that I have kind of on like the fireplace with the mirrors. I love the layering effect. So I went ahead and did that, and I'm obsessed. Obviously we have finished building the console table, and like I said, I am obsessed with it. I am also obsessed with the rug. I love that I could bring the jute over into this area, because if you didn't know, I have jute in my dining room as well as my entryway area. So it was nice to actually bring that over into this space as well. And I really love how that is turning out so far. Now we also went ahead and made 2 art pieces to go on either side of the fireplace. I was planning on buying it or doing, you know, I wasn't sure yet, because I wanted to make something, because whenever you make a space, you really want to make it like your own, and you want to do some original things that no one else can have. That's why a lot of people go and look for antiques. But I am personally not an antique type of person, so I really like to just make my own art and that kind of thing. So again, that is why we built the fireplace, but also the console table, because it's something, you know, that we made on our own. Someone can still do it, but it still won't be exact, and it kind of shows, you know, your own work and art and, you know, energy and everything, and you can always remember those like memories of building it and making it together. So I always really appreciate pieces like that, and it also kind of tells a story of who you are. So all of that to be said, I also wanted to do the art pieces on either side of the fireplace. I wanted it to be something we loved, something we made, and again, kind of have, you know, story behind it. And I wanted each of those pieces to be our own and different, but similar in the same way. So Mark and I both made a painting for either side of the fireplace. And what we did was we actually bought a canvas. I found them at Ross, which I was not even looking at that point for a canvas, but I found them at Ross for like $20, and they were really great size, nice and big to fill out the space. And I wanted to actually do kind of like more of a modern art type of piece. So what we actually did is use joint compound or, you know, drywall mud to go ahead and smear it all over, make your own designs, use different tools, different textures, and everything. And then we talked about painting it afterwards, but we were both in love with how it looked just by itself without having to paint it, with it just being all white. So that is what we did. And I will show you how they turned out. I am absolutely obsessed, and I love how each piece is its own and a little bit different. So I want to go ahead and show you guys. This is also something that is really fun. And again, you can do it on your own just by canvas and smear some drywall mud on there. I love using drywall mud for so many different projects. So I highly recommend having that on hand. But again, I love how this turned out, so let me show you guys. All right, so this one is Mark's piece. Again, these are very large canvases, so, but this is what he made. He kind of smeared it all over. He actually used his fingers for most of it, so, he drew his fingers through to make like different designs and little swirls, and then he just tapped on it to, make all of those designs right there. So that is kind of what his looked like. And then mine looks so different, which I think is so neat because you can, see each other's pieces and see how you made it. I think that the way he used his fingers is actually really cool because then it added his own like touch. Like no one can make that because it's his fingers. So I think that is actually really cool. And then let me show you mine. All right, and then this one is my piece. Very kind of crazy, but simple in the same sense. So I wanted to do all different textures all over it. So obviously I did use like my fingers for some of this, like these, but then I used, like a tool to make this, and then obviously I splattered over it. I used like, some flat tools to do that. So I used, different things. And I actually really loved how it turned out. I love how there's kind of stuff everywhere, and it's, layering, again, that layering effect that I'm obsessed with right now. But I really love how they are so different. But, we have our own pieces, and it's something that's handmade, and it shows our own, I don't know. I just really love art in that way, and I love how we can make it ourselves. So I highly recommend if you guys are looking to do just a fun activity, or, you want to make a space, your own, and you kind of want to have your own memories and everything behind it, I would recommend doing something like this. And it helps to cover up, a blank wall. I'm always the worst at covering blank walls and knowing what to do, but I feel like this is perfect for that. So I highly recommend, but let's go ahead and hang these up. Okay, now something I have always kind of wanted and had not issues with, but something I've wanted to solve is extra seating, because if you guys don't know, I have a huge family and I love hosting things and having everyone over. So I needed more seating for people. So, because obviously I have this little couch and these 2 chairs, but I needed more than that. Plus there's always a bunch of kids and that kind of thing. But I also didn't want to crowd the spot, because it's, coming from the kitchen. So I didn't want it to feel closed off and like no one could go sit in the living room. So I wanted something that I could use for seating. I could use for extra like little table situation. I wanted a multi-use, functional something for in here. So what I really wanted to go ahead and get were actually poofs, or, like little ottoman type things, that I actually found at Target. So they are kind of like a boucle, fabric, if you know what that is. And I'm actually obsessed. I actually ended up getting 3 because they had 3 in stock there at my local Target. And I actually wanted to put one in between these 2 chairs. So that way I could also use that kind of as like an end table situation. So that way the people who are sitting here could actually put their drinks down on something, because obviously I have the coffee table right in front of the couch. So I wanted to kind of, again, have it as a multi-use space. And then if, we needed more seating and no one needed to put down a drink or anything, I could always use that extra one for that as well. So let's go ahead and put these in here. I'm so excited about them. I did obviously, like I said, get them from Target. So, and I'm obsessed. All right, just so you guys can see up close, it is kind of this like Sherpa boucle fabric. And I went ahead and put one right there and then two right here. So these work perfectly. I feel like it doesn't block it off. You know, people still feel welcome because there's no backing or anything like that. And they're actually super comfortable to sit on. And then you can also, like I said, put things on there. So we're gonna put a little tray right here. And yeah, we're gonna make it all cute. Okay, so I found this tray at Target. It is a like Lazy Susan, but I thought it was really pretty. It adds that like wood and like the metal with the black on there. And I also found these, which are obviously just like little coasters that I figured would be like really perfect for right here, so someone can use that. And then I'm actually gonna put a plant, I think, right here. Okay, so something that I always recommend to everyone these days is putting actual plants in places. You don't even have to be real, but this one it needs a little bit of help. I know some of the flowers are dying, but it's obviously reblooming and everything. So, but something I always recommend is just adding a plant or greenery, and it helps the space so much. It makes it look like it's coming to life, and it's so much more warm and welcoming. So I highly recommend putting plants in places. But what do you guys think about this? I think it is nice and perfect because now people can use these little coasters to put their drinks on if they are sitting here. So I think that works perfect. All right, so speaking of greenery, one thing that I have really loved and wanted for a little while was an olive tree, which I know sounds so silly, but I love like the way that they are like shaped, and they're kind of like more dainty, and they're just very pretty. So I really love those, and I went ahead and bought one. It is fake, but because I know my cats would try to climb it anyways, and I don't know how I could grow a tree in here, but I did go ahead and pick one of those up because it just adds that greenery. So again, you can have real plants and fake plants in the same space as long as, you know, you actually have some greenery. It helps liven up the space a lot. So highly recommend doing that. And yeah, let's go ahead and put this olive tree in here. All right, so obviously if you get an olive tree or some type of faux plant, make sure you always actually fluff it once you get it, because it will come all smashed and you do not want to have that look in your space. So make sure you go ahead and fluff it. I did fluff most of that one before, so it made it nice and easy, but make sure you're always fluffing your faux plants. It will help so much. It can make all the difference, so make sure you're doing that. I did want to go ahead and mention I also put it in a pot. So what I actually did was I went to Home Depot and I grabbed one of those like really large plastic ones, and I actually spray painted it. So I used a textured spray paint that looks like stone, and I went ahead and spray painted the outside of it just that way it looked more like stone and had that texture, but also it was gonna kind of be hidden in the corner. So I didn't want to use anything like super expensive. It was really cheap, quick, easy DIY, and at least I have, you know, an actual pot that it looks like it's sitting in instead of the little one that it comes in, you know, like with the base. So, and then another tip that I used for this space is if you want to make it a little bit taller, which I might even make mine a little taller, to go ahead and put like boxes or something and stack them up in there, and then put the plant on top of that, or just use something that you have around the house that you can kind of stuff in the bottom, just to like raise up the base, and it will also obviously make it look a little bit bigger and taller. So I recommend doing that if you guys have a big enough pot, and then you can actually cover the top with, you know, something. So if you want to use like a faux moss or something, you can always do that by putting like paper or something and then putting the faux moss on top. So anyways, I went ahead and put that over in the corner. It is covering up a little bit of Mark's painting, but I can always scoot it closer to the fireplace. But I really wanted to have some greenery in that you know, space over there. So now that we have some greenery over here and some greenery over here, I do want to add a little bit to the console table because it's looking very bare right now. And I'm so excited. I bought a lot of this stuff from Target. So, and I'm very excited with how it looks. So let's go ahead and decorate. Okay guys, so I kind of kept it simple over here, but I absolutely love it. This probably needs to move forward a little bit more, but I added a little bit more greenery. Again, this is faux, but they are just some stems that I got off of Amazon. Got this from Target, HomeGoods. I don't remember where I got the beads from. I think I got these off of Amazon as well. Obviously I have some books. I have Homebody and the Home Edit. And then I got this little bowl from Target as well, and I figured it would be perfect to put our keys and stuff in there because it's right by both of the doors, and it can actually be functional and cute at the same time, and you don't really notice unless you look right up on it, so I feel like it's perfect. And then I also bought this pot from Target, and I'm actually obsessed with that and how it looks, as well as this one. So let me know what you guys think. I really love how this is looking. Okay, you guys, so that is it for this living room makeover. Look at how good it looks. I am actually obsessed. I love all of the, you know, little details everywhere. I know it's a lot, might be too much for some people, but I really love this space. I love how it feels fully decorated and everything feels like it has a use, and it's beautiful and warm and homey and cozy and all the things. So I am truly obsessed with it. Let me know what you guys think down below. If you guys like it, again, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye guys.